victory. Bye. Hello. I am currently sitting in an empty dorm room, my empty dorm room, as the coronavirus has finally chased us off campus, and this is the end of my freshman year on campus. It's pretty sad, but anyways, over the past 2 semesters, I have had a lot of people come to me and ask me, yo, how did you like make it into USC? You must be really smart. Yo, your SAT scores must have been. Well, hate to disappoint, but my SAT scores were not very good, and so I'm going to try to best communicate to you how I think I got into USC, because I can definitely assure you it was not for my SAT scores and it was not for my GPA. Actually, it could have been for my GPA. Let me begin. So, since you all want to know, I'm going to cut right to the chase. My SAT score was a 1250. Pretty impressive if you ask me. Actually, that was the SAT score that I did. That was the last SAT I took my junior year, and I took the SAT my senior year, and my score only went down from there to a 1210. I also couldn't super score because my highest score for writing was a 610, and my high score for math was 640, which was in my 1250 grade. There was no super score. As I said, the next SAT it went down. But there you have it. That was my SAT score. End of discussion. So my GPA at the end of my senior year, unweighted, was 3.49. Weighted was a 4.99. I didn't even know that, but that sounds pretty good to me. Anyway, another point. My cumulative GPA, however, was 3.67, and my weighted was 4.5. I guess my GPA was pretty good, decent. I had some B+, some B's, some A- in here. Wasn't a straight A student, but I tried very hard. Now let me tell you how I believe I got into USC. It was for my extracurricular and my writing, and I've come to see that all of the students that I see around me have had some really crazy experiences, and they have had some amazing like stories to tell, and their essays that I've seen that they've read for me were also pretty good. Seeing that, I believe that that's how I got into USC, and that's why I believe USC is better than UCLA, because UCLA looks purely at your scores, and that's why USC is better, because we are more creative and scores do not matter. That being said, let me tell you about my activities that I did. 1, leadership positions. I was student council president. I was the leader. I was the editor-in-chief of the school newspaper, and I also had some leadership positions on my robotics team when I was in high school. And in my essays, I tried to incorporate what I learned from that as well, and I think that they like to see that. I also used the part of my international mentality, because USC is an international school. There are people from all over the world here. USC, I believe they're looking for someone who they believe will fit into their community. And if you can show that you have an international mindset, or you see things internationally, I think you also have a pretty good chance of getting to USC. Well, actually, I'm not an admissions person, so I don't know. So please don't hold me accountable for anything. But I'm gonna read you the topic sentence of 2 of my essays that I wrote, because when I tell you these essays got me into USC, I mean, I think I did a pretty good job with these essays. It can't just be me. I really thought I did good. This was a prompt from USC, and they said, what is something about yourself that is essential to understanding you? I will read you the first paragraph and leave the rest to your imagination. I said, I want to say that I am determined and creative. However, most people are. So this is not what sets me apart from others. In order to understand me, you must know that I am subtle, sly, sneaky, Joanne the scammer, if you will. Now, you are probably reading this and taking each of these words with a negative connotation. Yet, they actually mean quite the opposite when I relate it to myself. Then I go on to explain how I am subtle, sly, and sneaky, aka Joanne the scammer. Love you, boo. Another one, Also, I think a big part of me getting into USC was me knowing what USC was about and knowing what I wanted from USC. And in the essay, which this one they asked, describe how you plan to pursue your academic interests at USC. Please feel free to address your first and second choice major selection. I straight off the bat told them what I wanted and how USC was going to help give that to me. I'm going to read you the first paragraph, which is rather long, a majority of my essay. You're welcome, but I'll leave the rest to your imagination. So, my goal is to become an architect. University of Southern California will take me directly on this path by allowing me to achieve an accredited Bachelor's of Architecture degree after 5 years of studying. USC would also provide me with the environment to do so. Being located in Los Angeles, a city of innovation, has advantages when studying architecture. It provides one with daily examples of architecture and first-hand experience that cannot be taught in a book. With a growing city, it will only become a more beneficial environment for studying this major. Also, being located in California, the state with the most diverse population in the United States, USC brings people from different cultures and backgrounds together and places them on one campus, allowing them to learn from each other. This is especially important when it comes to studying architecture, as architecture must meet the needs of many different people in order to connect us all. Just to regroup and to re-say what I said, or to put it all together. I believe the most important part of your application is your essays and your extracurricular activity. I guess if it boils down to a lot of people, then your scores will kind of push you up. I don't really know. In your essays, you want to show why, I feel like you should show how you are international, how USC can benefit you, which will show that you know that you've done your research, basically. And then also your quirky little side of yourself, put a little bit of you into it. And that's how I believe I got into USC. Once again, I am not an admissions counselor. I bet you every admission counselor is different, so I cannot tell you the exact equation or whatever. But after my judgment of seeing how other people got into here who have scores similar to mine, this is how I believe I got into USC. But I believe at the end of the day that wherever you do end up, it is the best decision for yourself. Jesus has a plan, even though you don't see it. The Lord has a plan. But I'm not just going to tell you to sit around and slack and wait for that plan. You should also be working, and the Lord will work with you. So, thank you for joining me. If you want to hear more of my essays, you can let me know and I'll think about doing it, because I really am not trying to get copyrighted for these, because I am proud of them. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of use them in my scholarship applications, but that's not the point. So, that's the end of that. Have a good day. It's not going to be a nay day, but you can try.